Welcome, foolish mortals, to the stream. I am your host, your Dusk host. Kindly step all the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There is no turning back now. Give me a second to load in. Hold up. Give it. Yes. Hello, foolish mortals. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to test my audio, even though I should have done that like a responsible adult earlier. I'm going to test my audio, even though I should have done that like a responsible adult earlier. To test my audio, even though I. Whoa! Oh, you guys can hear that. Wait, hold up. I don't like that. Whoops! You all just heard double Dusk. That wasn't good. Oh, I'm already. This is so unprofessional. Hold up. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Cleo, you talk.
Hello, I am talking.
You're quiet. Knock that off.
I'm close.
Stop being quiet. No, I'm kidding. It's a me problem. I need to fix your settings.
Yeah, it's a you problem.
Fuck you. How about now? Try talking now.
Hello, hello?
Do that again?
Hello?
Yeah, I think you're good. Do it one more time.
Hello?
Alright. Good enough for me. Let's go, fuckers. Okay. 999 happy haunts. No, I'm sorry. 12,718 creepypastas. But there's always room for one more. Yes! Today we will be going to the Creepypasta wiki. You didn't see that. You did. I'm in full screen mode. It's not supposed to do that. And, yeah, so, alright, so, like, this shit used to scare the fucking, shit out of me when I was a kid. Although I was probably a bit too old, for Squidward Suicide when did that come out? When did Squidward Suicide? Is there a date on these? Let's hold up. Let's look for Squidward Suicide. Squidward Suicide. Is there a date on that? Cowards. No date. Ah. Shame. Well, whatever. I don't know. Probably too old. But these used to scare me. Not really so much anymore, but maybe we'll find a diamond in the rough, you know? Maybe out of the 12,000... I'm sorry, I'm drinking a cactus cooler. Maybe out of the 12,000 entries on this wiki, there might be something scary. And we're gonna read them. We're gonna hit the random button. Now, if anyone has a creepypasta suggestion, let me know. I might consider it. If it's like 900 pages long, then maybe I won't do it. But for now, we are reading I Break Into Houses. Alright? This one has, like, holy shit, this one's popular. It's got a lot of videos to it. Jesus. There's all these fucking videos embedded into here. Alright, well, let's set the mood. You gotta learn the X-Files theme on that thing or something. On the... Oh, it's off.
Yeah. I'm saving battery.
You like that? Okay. Let's do this. I know my place in society. We all live in one. I'm a lowlife, scum. The kind of fucker makes you think twice about going for a walk at night. I've always been this way, and holy shit, may I never change. I like it. It's fun for me. I know how to make it work, play the game, stay alive. It was a warm Friday night. I lay in wait outside the kitchen window of a nice suburban 2-story. These people had money, no doubt about it. I kept myself well concealed as I peeked in at the stacked blonde inside. Even in a long-sleeve sweater, she looked like she was doing a porn shoot as she leaned against the counter and sipped from a steaming cup. Oh, wait, hold up. 4D, ASMR, hold up. Oh, yes, I love sipping from my cup. I have the big titties. Ah! That's exactly how she sounded. Oh, that's right, bitch, I thought. This one's edgy, holy shit.
Yeah.
Relax. You have no idea what's coming. The doorbell rang, and the blonde stiffened. Confused look on her face said it all. She wasn't expecting visitors. The second ring came, and I could see the confusion turn to anxiety. She left the kitchen, and I followed, running from shadow to shadow, until I made my way fully around to the front of the house. There, still out of sight, I listened. The door opened. Is this the girl talking? I think. Yeah, right. What did I do for her voice? I just did a falsetto, didn't I? Right? I was just like,
Yeah.
can I help you? Yes, said the man on the porch. My car broke down just up the road. My phone has no power. I was hoping I could come in and use yours. His voice was low and even. Oh, I should have made it low and even. Sorry. Unconvincing as fuck. Believe me, I know all the tricks and how to use them. If the blonde fell for this shit, she deserved whatever was coming to her. She began to stutter. I don't. I had to stifle a laugh. It sounded like she was about to give him the I don't have a phone line, which of course is bullshit. Everyone has a phone. It's not 1873. Fuck, I lost my place. Oh, there it is. I'm a good reader, aren't I? Losing my place. Good professional gig here. Please, miss. Came the... Oh, you know what? No, okay, so he's got a low monotone voice. Please, miss. Came the low, almost monotone voice again. I won't be long, I promise. I'm sorry, the woman said at last. Then I heard the door slam, and that was that. Nice try, dude, I thought. I followed the sound of the woman's footsteps back to the kitchen window. And you know what I just fucking realized? We need music. We need some music. Hold up, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for denying that to y'all. Yeah, I'll play the, I got the, Running Shine music. Let me see if that's a good... Is this a good volume? If anyone's still in chat, is this a good volume? Let me know. Let me see. Oh no, I can't even hear it. I can't even fucking hear it. I can't even fucking hear it. Hold up. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, I think I think that's okay. Yeah. I think that should be good. I think that should be good. Yeah, maybe like a little bit lower. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, music. We need some fucking music. Otherwise, this shit just sounds awkward. Okay. She quickly picked up her cup. I picked up my cup. Cleo saw that, but it doesn't translate well to audio. Hold up. Maybe I can get a nice ASMR. Hold up. Okay, so that's me slamming the cup down, and then. Did you hear that? Did you hear me pick it up? You probably didn't. Holy fuck, that was probably loud. I'm sorry, that probably made all kinds of noises.
I'm scared.
Yeah, hey, that's just a jump scare.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like that. Oh. Okay. She quickly picked up her cup, flicked off the lights, and exited. From my hiding spot, I could see her through the kitchen doorway as she ascended the doors and disappeared into the darkness. I let some time pass, which was difficult. I was ready and itching. At least, when I felt like the timing was right, I set to work. The lock on the kitchen door never had a chance. These shitty locks are everywhere, and people think they're safe. It's amazing more people don't get robbed and murdered. Quiet as a mouse with bad intentions, I moved from the kitchen and into the home's foyer. Even in the dark, I could see that it was filled with a kind of classic charm. In my experience, that meant there was money to be made. I was practically salivating as I imagined the payout. My gaze landed on the staircase. I allowed my eyes to follow it upward. What was she doing now? Sleeping? Reading? Bathing? Perhaps enjoying some alone time. I licked my lips and lingered so long on the thought that I nearly forgot myself. Oh, shit, I said to myself. And I found my way to the front door. I opened it. And there he was, the boss. His pitch black eyes stared out at me from beneath his hood. I liked working for him. He lets me keep and profit from whatever I find, but so help me, I don't think I'll ever get used to those eyes. What took you so long? He said in a whisper. That's my whisper voice. You like that? His voice still unnaturally even. Oh, is this the same guy from before? Is that what this is supposed to imply? Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. You've kept me waiting. I'm like almost doing a Vegeta. He's Vegeta now. You know I like to make sure the coast is clear, I whispered back. He cocked his head. And you know I can't come unless I'm invited. Kakarot. I gotta take a sippy, that one hurts. I rolled my eyes! You know, if you worked on your presentation, you might get invited in on your own more often, I said. His lips curled into an eerie smile that never quite reached his eyes. I felt a chill run up my spine at the sight of it. But then you'd be out of a job, he said. True, I managed. In any case, won't you come in? I stepped aside and allowed him passage. As he moved past me, his whole demeanor warmed. His shoulders hunched slightly. He brought his hands together in front of him. saw a familiar glint in his coal black eyes, the glint of hunger. Another chill washed over me. "Upstairs?" he guessed. "Yes," I said. He smiled again. This time it was broad and genuine, revealing the long, sharp fangs that had descended on either side of his mouth. "Delicious," he said. I'm so glad that's his last dialogue. That hurts to do. Give me a sec. Hold on. I need some water. No soda. I need water. "That's right, boys. Mondo cool." Okay. And he glided up the stairs into the darkness. I tried to ignore the woman's screams as I searched through whatever drawers or cupboards I could find on the ground floor. It was tough, though. It sounded like this was a particularly brutal one. And the boss is usually so efficient. I'm guessing she fought. Poor dumb bitch. That one sucked. Oh, what the twist was he was a vampire. Woo! Whoa, scary. Boing! Next. Next. I get it. I'm a TV trope. This is part 5 in a series. No parts. Unless it's part 1. That one time. Okay. Yeah, let's do this one. All right. That one time. Hold up. Give me one sec. Oh, the music's like louder for this track. Hold up. I can see it. I can see it almost reaching the yellow. And if it's yellow, you gotta let it mellow. You know? That's a good idea, because yeah, it's kind of hard for you to see the monitor from over there. Sorry. That's okay. Okay. When I was young, I had this attic. It was old and dusty, which was my favorite type of place to go. My parents never understood why I would go and hide up there. When you face the actual reality of it, it shows how I feel. I can be myself in the attic. I can do whatever I want. Sometimes I got a feeling, strange vibe from the attic, like it calls for me or wants me to come back. Eventually, I go to the attic, and the feeling goes away. One night, I tried to sleep in the attic. I remember one thing from it. I was there with my friend James. He was the type of person who would like to goof around and impersonate others. He made me laugh. Ah! I lost my place. And almost die from how close he could get. What? What does that mean? He made me laugh and almost die from how close he could get? Oh, with the impersonations. Oh, right. Duh. But then, we had to go to bed. We got in our pajamas, got our sleeping bags. Now you might be thinking that this is boring, not scary at all. But you just wait and see what's in store for you, my friend. It was around 10 p.m. when we started to get tired, but we still couldn't go to sleep. I sat up and looked in his direction. He made a funny face, and I giggled slightly. That's the giggle. That's the... I'm adding a dimension to this, alright? I'm adding a soundscape, if you will. You can thank me with, you know, infinite praise and, bundles of cash. You know, if you're so inclined. I'm gonna upload this, VOD later. You can use this. This will be, Dusk reads you bedtime stories for you to sleep to. This will be great. I definitely will not include a really, really loud noise in the middle of this to jolt you awake. I'm gonna lull you into a false sense of security with these stories, and then I'm just gonna pull and you won't see it coming. You fuckers won't see it coming. By the way, we have new hats again. I think I forgot to mention that. I forgot to remind you all that that is the bit. And you know what the funniest thing about this bit is? Is that we started this bit in a stream that is not archived. We started this bit in the stream where we were unboxing stuff, and I didn't archive that one. So, the origin of the bit is lost forever. Well, maybe not forever. I still have it, but... Anyway. Giggling slightly. Hee 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 hee. That's the giggle. Sheesh. He hissed. I nodded. Then, I couldn't tell for sure, but... me and him both heard it. It was a noise like the one James did, but more distorted. Like a static shock. Like a robot. That's the robot noises. But more repulsive and aggressive.
Oh.
Angry beep. A mocking tone was in it as well. Mocking. 101011110. I am mocking you 10. Me and James. Like that one. Me and James jumped as we both heard the noise at the same time. We looked at each other in fear. I knew what was in this neighborhood. There was criminals and thugs that would break into anyone's house. I grabbed my flashlight and shined it in the darkest corner. Something moved very fast away from the light. It made a swishing noise. Kevin! I think we should get your parents, James said. Nah, it's probably just my sister, I said. I don't even know what that voice was. I think I was just avoiding, like, having a burp from the soda. We hear another hiss! And some old boxes suddenly started to move. You know what I'm gonna do for this guy? Do you have a cat? He asks. No, I say. Come on, Tabitha. That's not funny. Oh, whoops, that's me. I'm supposed to. Why'd you put another? Hey, creepypasta writer. When you put a space like that after somebody's dialogue, it implies that the other person's talking. So it makes it confusing. Fucking don't skip English class, kids. Come on, Tabitha, that's not funny, I yell. Me and James were expecting a giggle. There was no response. There were no giggles to be had, lads. More sounds circle around us, and then something grabs James from behind. I shine the flashlight behind him. It was this large black mass with sharp fangs sticking out of its mouth. It was grossly deformed. Its arms were bent and crooked. Its face twisted around. I started running towards the doorway. Kevin! Help me! Oh, no, wait, that's the other guy. Oh, shit, hold up. Kevin, help me, he screamed. But when I turned around, he was gone! After that, I told my parents what happened. They didn't believe me. Then after a while, they sent me to an insane hospital, saying there was no James in this town. What is happening? What is this? Wait a minute. There was no James in this town! And I died on the inside when we got to the hospital. 10 years later, I can still hear James' shrill scream in my head. I still see him getting dragged away. One night when I was about to fall asleep, I saw him. But he was sort of distorted, like that monster we saw. Good night, Kevin, he said lazily. Now I definitely can't get to sleep. What happened to you, James? I asked. The Forgotten have accepted me into their ranks, he said, grinning wildly. Good for him. It cost a bit of mutilation to my body, but I feel wonderful, he said. How did this happen to you? I asked. Well, Kevin, remember that one time where you left me for dead? Yeah, one of the Forgotten fledglings got a hold of me, he explained. He inched closer to my bed. Now, Kevin, now that you know I'm okay, I'm going to need you to go to sleep. Don't worry, I won't do anything. Just try to forget about that one night, he said sleepily. Okay, I stuttered. I lay down and wait for the darkness to overcome my eyelids. I wake up on a cold, solid bed. It was like a rock. My limbs were restrained from moving. I look over my stomach to see restraints on my hands and feet. Where the fuck am I? I scream. I hear people talking. I hear James's voice and another man's voice. They were coming closer to the chamber. I struggle in my restraints to get out. It was no use. I was stuck here for a while. Good morning, my good old friend, James says excitedly. What the fuck do you want? I scream shrilly at him. Epically. Oh, don't act like that. We just came to do some arrangements for your... He's cut off by me. I don't care. Get me the hell out of here, I yell at him. I'm sorry, friend. I'm afraid we can't do that. I see him pulling out a hammer. And the other man pull out a saw of some sort. Except he wasn't a man. It was a Forgotten. That's what James called it. When should we begin, sir? It asked. Soon, my dear friend, soon, he said. What the fuck are you doing? I yell once more. Sheesh, we need you to be quiet, he says. The man beside him pulls a big pair of scissors. James opens my mouth and grabs my tongue. The man cuts it out of my mouth. I scream and gurgle in agony. I think that's kind of how it might sound, sort of like a... Hold up, wait. Shut up! I tried to gargle my fucking soda. It spilled all over me. Oh, wild and wet femboy action. It's the least sexy thing on the planet, though. I'm covered in cactus cooler. Yeah, you like this? You attracted to this? My happy trail is covered in fucking orange cola. Yeah, you like that? Wow. Fuck. Okay. The blood was filling my mouth up fast. That's better. Oh no, sorry. That's better, James says with a smile. Open wide. He opens my mouth again. The blood pours onto me. Then he grabs what looks like a vacuum cleaner tube. He pulls it in my mouth and sucks out every drop of blood in my mouth. I hope that's a good audio escape for you. Now, Kevin, we are going to help you. Well, more like rearrange you, he says with a smile. He puts away the vacuum thing and pulls up his hammer. Now, all I need you to do is to remember that one time. And then everything is gone. Oh, that one was less boring than the other one. But it wasn't very good. I don't know if any of these are gonna be scary. But okay, this one's a dream journal. Okay. It's titled Dream Journal. Read along if you will. Hello. I have always had trouble remembering my dream. Oh, I'm sorry. No, hold up. I accidentally read that with correct grammar. Hello. I have always had trouble remember my dreams. In fact, I don't think I've ever actually experienced an average length dream. It barely feels like I dream at all. I've heard about other people's dreams, and it truly seems like an amazing experience. So I am starting this dream journal to help me remember my dreams. Whenever I only remember small fragments of my dreams, I will write them down here, and eventually I should be able to remember my dreams all the time. Well, at least that's what I heard when I Google searched it. Entry 1. No luck. I couldn't remember anything in my dream at all last night. Guess I'll just give it more time. Entry 2. I remember something tonight. All I saw was 3 dots floating in a fluent motion. Although I couldn't touch them or move closer to them, it was a third-person point of view. I saw the dots start to light up a bit, but then I woke up. This dream was no more than 5 seconds. This is how my dreams usually are. I'm still not happy with my results. I'll try to be more patient. Riveting. Entry 3. Last night, I could only remember about 5 seconds of my dream once again. It took place in school. I was running on the track for gym. Everyone else was doing fine, but I was sweating like a pig. It felt like my lungs shriveled up like raisins, and my sweat was pouring down like a waterfall. I have to admit, I'm pretty happy with the results I got last night. The dream was very vivid compared to all my other ones. You know, I had a dream about sweating like a pig last night. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I can't do that in real life. Anyway, entry 4. Oh man, I couldn't remember anything last night once again. I was excited too. I was finally make improvement, and I wanted to see what I'd dream of. Now I have to wait the entire day before I get another chance to dream? Entry 5. Whoa! I had the most amazing dream ever last night. I swear, I've never had a single dream as good as this one. It was long, and I was able to remember all of it. It started off with me walking along. Hold up. Yawning. I'm tired. She did this to me. Cleo did this to me. She made me tired. It was long, and I was able to remember all of it. It started off with me walking along an unusually long dirt road. It was surrounded by grass with sparkling dew on the end of them, and brick houses. I looked at my feet, and to my surprise, I was barefoot. I think like when my shoulder, like, I moved my shoulder too much, it like fucked with my model, like flipped around. I saw that in the corner of my eyes. Sorry. Barefoot. I looked at my feet. To my surprise, I was barefoot. It didn't bother me though. I just kept walking down the road, admiring the horizon as the sun began to set. This went on for what seemed like 2 or 3 minutes. Then I saw somebody else walking up the road. I couldn't quite make out any colors or facial features, but they seemed happier than I was. As I walked up to talk to them, I felt tons of wind. The impact of the wind was as if a bull was ramming straight into me. Then I woke up. Wow. Riveting. Entry 6. Wow! I keep on having amazing dreams. This time, I was in a desert, and I slowly began levitating a few feet off the ground. Before I knew it, I was soaring through the air. I felt the soothing wind blow in my face. The wind was not blowing him, it was blowing in him, alright? Calm down, relax. Soothing wind blowing in my face as I soared through the clouds, avoiding the birds that nearly smacked into me. I was just thinking of dry desert in Mario 64, like because you get the flight cap in that level. So it's just. I was just kind of that was playing in my head. Entry 7. This stream was kind of odd. I'm not going to lie to you. This actually quite frightened me. The dream itself wasn't all that scary, but it had a weird vibe to it. I was standing in a corridor that was so small it could make an ant claustrophobic. The walls were black, and the corridor stretched very far. At the very end, I could make out a silhouette of somebody dancing. Oh! Dancing? He's doing the Carlton at the end of the fucking hall. There was no music, no talking, no taps as he moved his feet, no sound at all, but he was doing the Carlton. I don't know what it was about. I don't know what it was about it, but I wanted it all to stop. No dancing, man! No! No spooky dance, man! No! I slowly approached the man as he wiggled his arms in the air in a motion that I can only describe as waves crashing on the beach.
I would thought you would do dance like Reed. That one SpongeBob episode.
Is that the one where he's like performing at this? Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can see it in my head. I was like, at first I was imagining him doing the Carlton, but now he's like wiggling. It's just like wiggling up to this dude. He sounds like he's just a groovy dude. As I approached, I knew that soon his appearance would be clear to me. Right before he was revealed from the darkness, I woke up. As I'm writing this, I still feel a bit unnerved. Dude was just dancing. He was having a good day. He was being groovy. Fucking party pooper. God. Entry 8. This dream seemed to take place after what happened in entry 7. I was walking down the corridor when I saw it. It only had one strand of hair sticking straight out of its head. Is this good? Can you still track my mouth if I'm... Okay, good. I'm like laying back in my chair and it feels comfy. Sorry. It only had one strand of hair sticking straight out of its head, but you could tell it would fall out soon. It's like, wait, it's like Pim from Smiling Friends? He's just got one fucking hair out of his head. His scalp had hundreds of little flakes missing, which I could see sitting on his shoulders, shirt, and stubby feet. His eyes were bloodshot and he had no pupils. Just blank wide eyes with red strings in them staring into my soul. He seemed to not have a mouth until he opened it to mutter something inaudible. His mouth has no lips and it just looks like his mouth has melted. His mouth started to open and he mumbled something to himself. Filled with fear, I quickly asked him who he was. He mumbled something to himself again and then he stared down at his feet and started humming. He wasn't humming a tune, but just a pitchy noise. Just imagine. Oh yeah, go ahead. Cleo, provide the sound effect for us. So, just imagine like Pim from Smiling Friends with a really bad dandruff problem and like big stubby feet like dancing and jiving and making that noise. That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
He wasn't oh right, yeah, sorry. It started off low, but then it got higher and higher until it pierced my eardrums. Oh, Cleo, you gotta...
Yeah.
You can do that. Go for it. Oh! Scary!
Hold up. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh. He was gonna move like hell.
Oh! Scary! After what felt like minutes of this torture, I woke up. I don't want to remember my dreams anymore. I regret ever doing this. Give me that. Wait, hold up. Can I see the automaton? Oh, hold up. Just imagine that. It says minutes of this. So we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this for, oh shit, it's not reading my lips. Hold up. Hold up! Let me sit up! Let me sit up like a proper boy! Ah! Okay. We're gonna do this for minutes. I want to provide you with a realistic experience.
Definitely gonna wake them up in the middle of
I feel like I've discovered a new method of torture. You like that? I hope that doesn't like sound awful. I'm not peeking. Maybe. How about what if it's like? You like that where it's like in another room, like off to the side? Hold up. Let's do it over here. You like that? 4D experience today. I woke up. I don't want to remember my dreams anymore. I regret ever doing this. Andrew 9. It's 1:23 a.m. right now. and I can't sleep at all. When I finally did fall asleep, I just saw the man standing there. Except this time he was closer, and he dancing in a more unsettling motion. I wanted to cry as I saw him flail his flimsy arms around and jump with his stubby feet. When I woke up, I was sweating like a pig. I don't know how I'm going to fall back to sleep tonight.
You know, it's kind of fun. Saying sweating like a pig.
Yeah.
Pigs don't sweat at all.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Wait, hold up. You know what? You know what I'm picturing? Let me just... You know what I'm picturing is... Let me find it real quick. I turned off the browser, just... I don't want you all to see what my YouTube homepage looks like. You're not allowed. Shit, wait, is this gonna get me? This is gonna get me copyright claimed. I just realized.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wait, no, hold up. Hold up. I can mute it. I can mute it. The video is what's important, not the audio. Okay. This is what I picture the monster dancing looks like. He's just grooving. He's just jiving. Like he's just having a good time. Look at that.
I would say that's a great dream.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good dream. If I saw this in my dream, I'd just start dancing with him.
But if too mad if you're in my dreams.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Dancing.
I'd just be grooving with him. Like, look at that. He's having a good time. I think, now, I'm not trying to make any assumptions here, but I think the person who wrote this creepypasta most likely just read the one about the dancing guy on the sidewalk or whatever that one was. That's like an old creepypasta that's actually, from what I remember, it was actually pretty decent. It was like a weird dude like kind of dancing to himself on the sidewalk, and he was like walking weird and shit, and it was spooky. Had a lot of really good atmospheric kind of stuff to it. Maybe that guy, he just read that and he was just like, oh, spooky dancing. Spooky dancing, scary. Didn't realize like what made it scary. But whatever. God damn it. I got like a hangnail. Sorry. When I woke up, I was sweating like a pig. I don't know how I'm gonna fall back to sleep tonight. Entry 10. I didn't sleep at all tonight. Sorry, last night. It's day now, so I can probably sleep better. What difference does it make? Sorry, I'm really trying to get this fucking hangnail. God damn it. Okay. Anyway, sorry. What difference does it make? If the thing's haunting you in your dreams, and well, who fucking cares if you're sleeping in the daytime? That's not gonna stop Freddy Krueger. That's not gonna stop dancing Too Mad. That's not gonna. Yeah, Too Mad's just gonna be dancing, dude. He's just gonna be dancing. He's just vibing in your dreams, dog. You don't need to fucking harsh his mellow like that. I slept all day and all night. How in the world could I have possibly slept that long? I shouldn't worry about that right now. Anyways, in my dream, that strange man was even closer to me than he was before. I'm really scared. Entry 12. It's 2 a.m. and I've already decided I'm not going back to sleep. Apparently that won't work. I've decided no more sleep. Done. I'm done with it. No more sleep. That's not happening anymore.
Like, guess I'll die then.
Yeah. Guess I'll die then. Every time I close my eyes, or even blink for that matter, I can see the man standing at the end of the corridor, flailing his arms around. I'm just thinking of Too Mad now. I'm just looking at that Too Mad. Each time I blink, he gets closer and closer. I'm tearing up right now. I can literally see his shadow in front of me. Okay, I'm in the corner of my bedroom right now, and I think... Wow. Spooky. Entry 13. I apparently fainted. The last thing I remember is that man's shadow walking up to me, and then I woke up in the kitchen. I truly can't explain what happened, and I probably never will. Maybe I'm schizophrenic. Maybe I have some other mental disorder. I'll probably have to get my brain checked. I'm starting to really worry about myself. Entry 14. It's been about a week now. I haven't gotten my brain checked, but I don't think I need to. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared of you anymore! Seems that man has lost power somehow. I have only been able to see him in my dreams. All I have to do is never sleep and I'll be fine. That's what I've been doing for the past week. I'm not scared and I'm happy. I can't sleep and I'm happy. I can't dream, but I'm happy.
This journal was found next to Nathan Smith, dead in his apartment. From examining his body, it looks like he scratched off his own eyelids and stabbed himself with adrenaline shots repeatedly. They also couldn't help but notice one tall, straight strand of hair on his chest and many flakes of dandruff. They tested both the strand of hair and the dandruff for DNA samples. Their DNA didn't even come close to Nathan's.
Wow. That really was a spooky spaghetti. Wow. Wow! Wow! Got the hang now. I did it. We won. We won, chat. We did it, Reddit. Give me a sec. It's a shame nobody's in chat to witness this glory. Not feeling this one. This one's really short. Okay. Cryophobia. Oh, what is this? Just like a definition? Wait, okay, hold on. Let's read this. Cryophobia. Creatures, monsters lurk deep in the stormy night. With their crystal claws, they stung and they sliced, and with their diamond teeth, they nipped and they bit, all sight unseen, for a human eye could not comprehend it. Whether it was cloth or armor, whether he did nothing to stop them. The sound of crunching and packing of their heaped corpses followed him ceaselessly with every step. In the night, empty howls echoed in a cloudly moonlit sky. Their endless assault whipped like Cleo yawning and making me want to yawn. And like barbed flails, and their forms were as evanescent as spirits. There, a grizzled man sat in his decrepit, almost imaginary box. In it, he desperately held onto the final embers of mortal flame. He turned his weary, dry eyes to the blinding whiteness beyond its confines. The monsters, their howls, followed, but he could already feel them, their bodies approached. But he could not see them. The gaze was bleak, devoid of emotion, devoid of resistance and determination.
but he cringed. In its painful, confounding light, his eyelids struggled in pain to blink, and it ached to stay awake. He could take no more but disgust and a warped sense of terror for all that he had suffered. His body was bruised and bitten, his skin, his fingers, and his toes flayed in hues of black and blue and purple, cracking in pain and eventually falling off as they fell numb. Then the whiteness beyond the prison faded to black. His monsters followed him inside. Boo! Boo! I didn't like that one much. I didn't like it. Boo! Let's read Squidward Suicide. Classic.
Yes.
We're gonna read Squidward Suicide. And then I'm gonna feel really embarrassed because this used to actually scare me when it first came out. Alright. Listen up, all, none of you in chat. We're gonna read Squidward Suicide. Squidward's Suicide. I just want to start off by saying if you want an answer at the end, prepare to be disappointed. There just isn't one. I was an intern at Nickelodeon Studios for a year in 2005 for my degree in animation. Wasn't paid, of course, most internships aren't, but it did have some perks beyond education. To adults it might not seem like a big one, but most kids at the time would shit themselves over it. Now, since I worked directly with the editors and animators, I got to view the new episodes days before they aired. I'll get right to it without giving to too many unnecessary details. They had very recently made the SpongeBob movie, and the entire staff was somewhat sapped of creativity, so it took them longer to start up the season. But the delay lasted longer for more upsetting reasons. There was a problem with the Series 4 premiere that set everyone and everything back for several months. This is how you know, hey, guess what? I'm about to blow your fucking minds, guys. I think this is fake. I don't think this is real, and you want to know how I know that? He called it Series 4. He's a fucking Brit that wrote this. He wasn't no intern in Nickelodeon. Well, I mean, I guess technically somebody from the UK could have like moved to America and then been a Nickelodeon intern. But no! He worked in the television industry. You wouldn't call it Series 4. This is fucking Freedom Land. In fucking America, we don't call it Series 4. It's Season 4, and I will die by that. So I'm a fucking American. I really don't understand that, by the way. I knew somebody that was like really into Doctor Who, and like Sherlock and all those like BBC shows, and they called season 3 of Sherlock Series 3, and I said I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? And they're like, oh yeah, in the UK they call seasons series. And I was like, what do they call series then? Series? What are we doing here? Knock it off, Britain. Stop doing that. Talk normal. me and two other interns. We're in the editing room, along with the lead animators and sound editors for the final cut. We received the copy that was supposedly to be Fear of a Krabby Patty. Gathered around the screen to watch. Now,
Oh, fuck! God damn it, the yawning. Now, given that it isn't final yet, animators often put up a mock title card, sort of an inside joke for us, with phony, oftentimes lewd titles, such as House Sex Doesn't Work, instead of Rockabye Bivalve, when SpongeBob and Patrick adopt a sea scallop. Nothing particularly funny, but work-related chuckles. So when we saw the title card, Squidward's Suicide, we didn't think it more than a morbid joke. One of the interns did a small throat laugh at it. That was the small throat laugh. I hope you liked it. The happy-go-lucky music plays as normal. The story began with Squidward practicing his clarinet. That was the clarinet sound effect. I hope you liked it. Hitting a few sour notes like normal. We hear SpongeBob laughing outside. Ah! That's SpongeBob laughing. And Squidward stops, yelling at him to keep it down. He has a concert that night and needs to practice. SpongeBob, keep it down. That's the sound effect for that. I hope you like that. SpongeBob says okay and goes to see Sandy with Pietrick. The Bubbles splash screen comes up and we see the ending of Squidward's concert. This is when things began to seem off. While playing, few frames repeat themselves, but the sound doesn't. At this point, sound is synced up with the animation, so yes, that's not common. But when he stops playing, the sound finishes as if the skip never happened. There is slight murmuring in the crowd before they begin to boo him. Boo! Not common cartoon booing, but it's common in the show. You could very clearly hear malice in it. Boo! You suck! Squidward's in full frame and looks visibly afraid. The shot goes to the crowd with SpongeBob in center frame, and he too is booing. Boo! Very much unlike him. That isn't the oddest thing, though. What is odd is everyone had hyper-realistic eyes. Very detailed, clearly not shots of real people's eyes. But something a bit more real than CGI. The pupils were red. Some of us looked at each other, obviously confused. But since we weren't the writers, we didn't question its appeal to children yet. The shot goes to Squidward, sitting on the edge of his bed, looking forlorn. The view out of his porthole window is of a night sky, so it isn't very long after the concert. The upsetting part is at this point, there's no sound. Literally, no sound. Not even the feedback from the speakers in the room. It's as if the speakers were turned off, though their status showed them working perfectly. He just sat there, blinking in this silence for about 30 seconds. And he started to sob softly. That's my Squidward sobbing. I hope you liked it. He put his hands, tentacles, over his eyes and cried quietly for a full minute more. All right, we're gonna have to do this for a minute, guys. Okay, I'm not actually doing that for a fucking minute. All the while, a sound in the background very slowly growing from nothing to barely audible. It sounded like a slight
breeze through a forest. The screen slowly begins to zoom in on his face. And by slow, I mean it's only noticeable if you look at shots 10 seconds apart, side by side. Sobbing gets louder, more full of hurt, anger. The screen then twitches a bit, as if it twists in on itself. For a split second, then back to normal. The wind through the trees sound gets slowly louder and more severe, as if a storm is brewing somewhere. The eerie part is the sound and Squidward's sobbing sounded real, as if the sound wasn't coming from the speakers, as if the speakers were holes the sound was coming through from the other side. As good as sound as the studio likes to have. I think that makes sense. They don't purchase the equipment to be that good to produce sound of that quality. Below the sound of the wind and sobbing, very faint, something sounded like laughing. It came at odd intervals. It never lasted more than a second. We had a hard time pinning it. We watched the show twice, so pardon me if things sound too specific, but I've had time to think about them. For 30 seconds of this, the screen blurred and twitched violently. Something flashed over the screen, as if a single frame was replaced. The lead animation editor paused and rewound, frame by frame. What we saw was horrible. It was a still photo of a dead child. He couldn't have been more than 6. The face was mangled and bloody, one eye dangling over his upturned face, popped. He was naked down to his underwear, his stomach crudely cut open, his entrails laying beside him. He was laying on some pavement. It was probably a road. The most upsetting part was that there was a shadow of the photographer. There was no crime tape, no evidence tags, and the angle was completely off for a shot designed to be evidence. It would seem the photographer was the person responsible for the child's death. We were, of course, mortified, but pressed on, hoping it was just a sick joke. The screen flipped back to Squidward, still sobbing, louder than before, in half body and frame. There was now what appeared to be blood running down his face from his eyes. The blood was also done in a hyper-realistic style. Looking as if you touched it, you'd get blood on your fingers. The window sounded now as if it were that of a gale blowing through the forest. There were even snapping sounds of branches, the laughing a deep baritone, lasting as longer intervals and coming more frequently. After about 20 seconds, the screen again twisted and showed a single frame photo. The editor was reluctant to go back. We all were. But he knew he had to. This time, the photo was of what appeared to be a little girl. No older than the first child, she was laying on her stomach, her berets in a pool of blood next to her. Her left eye, too, was popped out and popped. Popped out and popped? What is it? Whatever. Naked except for underpants, her entrails were piled on top of her above another crude cut along her back. Again, the body was on the street and the photographer's shadow was visible. very similar in size and shape to the first. I had to choke back vomit, and one intern, the only female in the room, ran out. The show resumed. About 5 seconds after this photo played, Squidward went silent, as did all sound. Like it was when this scene started. I gotta be real. The fact that they brought a fucking like a dead child into it, and then we just go right back into, well, this is what Squidward was doing. Is like, that's just that's a whiplash. That's tonal whiplash to me. But you know, whatever. Well, where the fuck was I? He put his tentacles down, and his eyes were now done in hyper-realism like the others were in the beginning of the episode. They were bleeding, bloodshot, and pulsating. He just stared at the screen, as if watching the viewer. After about 10 seconds, he started sobbing, this time not covering his eyes. The sound was piercing and loud, and most fear-inducing of all is his sobbing was mixed with screams. Tears and blood were dripping down his face at a heavy rate. The wind sound came back. So did the deep voiced laughing. I'm trying to do the SpongeBob laugh, but like deep. And this time, the still photo lasted for a good 5 frames. The animator was able to stop it, and on the 4th, and backed up. This time, the photo was of a boy about the same age. But this time the scene was different. The entrails were just being pulled out from a stomach wound by a large hand. The right eye popped and dangling, blood trickling down it. The animator proceeded. It was hard to believe, but the next one was different, but we couldn't tell what. He went on to the next same thing. He went back to the first, played them quicker, and I lost it. I vomited on the floor. The animating and sound editors gasping at the screen. The 5 frames were not as if they were 5 different photos. They were played out as if they were frames of a video. We saw the hand slowly lift the guts. We saw the kid's eyes focus on it. We even saw 2 frames of the kid beginning to blink. The lead sound editor told us to stop. He had to call in the creator to see this. Mr. Hillenberg arrived within about 15 minutes. He was confused as to why he was called down there. Wasn't Steven Hillenberg, didn't he leave after the movie? Wow, fake. I can't believe this isn't real. I'm pissed. I'm furious. So Mr. Hillenberg arrived in about 15 minutes. He was confused as to why he was being called down here. So the editor just continued the episode. Once a few frames were shown, all screaming, all sounds, again, all sound to get stopped. Squidward was just staring at the viewer, full frame of the face, for about 3 seconds. The shot quickly panned out, and the deep voice said, "Do it." And we see in Squidward's hands a shotgun. He immediately pulls the gun in his mouth and pulls the trigger. Realistic blood and brain matter splatters the wall behind him in his bed, and he flies back with force. Why is that? I'm sorry, that's... Why are you looking at me like that?
What?
You looked at me in disgust. You don't think it's funny that Squidward fucking like ragdolls? He like when he blows his brain out. Oh, okay.
He like blew his brains out in this thing, and he like flies backwards, he like ragdolls against a wall.
In GTA.
Yeah, like you threw a squid against the wall. Sorry, fuck. The last 5 seconds of this episode show his body on the bed, on his side, one eye dangling on what's left of his head above the floor, staring blankly at it. Then the episode ends. Mr. Hillenberg is obviously angry at this. He demanded to know what the hell was going on. Most people left the room at this point, so it was just a handful of us to watch it again. Viewing the episode twice only served to imprint the entirety of it in my mind and cause me horrible nightmares. I'm sorry I stayed. The only theory we could think of is that the file is edited by someone in the chain from the drawing studio to here. The CTO was called in to analyze when it happened. The analysis of the file did show it was edited over by new material. However, the timestamp of it was a mere 24 seconds before the viewing began. All equipment involved was examined for foreign software and hardware, as well as glitches, as if the timestamp may have glitched and showed the wrong time, but everything checked out fine. We don't know what happened. And to this day, nobody does. There was an investigation due to the nature of the photos, but nothing came of it. No child scene was identified and no clues were gathered from the data involved, nor physical clues in the photos. I never believed in unexplainable phenomena before, but now that I have something happen and can't prove anything about it beyond anecdotal evidence, I think twice about things. Cough clap. Cough.
Steven Hillenburg left after
Yeah,
season 3.
Yeah, he laughed after the movie. That's what I thought. He wouldn't be there. Oh! Oh! Oh, fuck!
I will not ask for you.
Oh! Nice. I don't think we can top that tonight. I think whenever we do these creepypasta readings, we should end it on like a big one like this.
Okay.
On like a famous one.
I was thinking next maybe the theater. I think that's
Theater?
mm-hmm.
What's that one? Hold up, let me look that up.
That scared me.
The theater. Theater. This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll bookmark this.
Yeah.
We'll do this next time. We'll do this. Yeah. Or, fuck it. You know what? No, we'll end on this one.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
All right. Yeah.
We'll end on this one, and then we'll call it a night because we have D&D tonight.
Yeah.
So after this, we're gonna get ready for that.
I think I remember it. See how it holds up now.
Yeah. All right. The theater, as requested by Cleo. Have you ever heard of an old game called The Theater? Yeah, I didn't think so. Probably because many say it doesn't even exist. You see, The Theater was an old game released around the same time as Doom. Today, if you ever find it, it's only available on crappy bootleg CD-ROMs, which, more often than not, don't even actually contain the game. The actual legitimate copies that they say were released back in the day feature a blank cover with nothing but the sprite of what has since been named the Ticket Taker. He was simply a poorly drawn, pixelated, bald Caucasian man. Oh god, a Caucasian man! With large red lips. Oh god, red lips! Wearing a red vest over a white shirt and black pants. Oh god, pants! He is completely expressionless.
Though some say that if you smash the disc, his face is shown as angry the next time you look at the cover. Is that like one of those, like, you squish the tattoo and the tattoo, like, facial expression changes? You, like, bend the CD over your knee and you're like, it kind of looks like he's kind of giving me a face. But this is just dismissed as an urban legend. What is peculiar about the theater, though, is that there is no developer named on the jewel case, nor a game description on the back. It is simply the ticket taker on a white background on both sides. Hold up, getting some water. The game was initially known for its inability to install correctly. The installation process immediately locks up the computer when the user reaches the licensing agreement. Also strange about the licensing agreement for the theater is that whenever the development studio is supposed to be named, the text is simply a blank line. Anyways, most people who have claimed to owning one of the original CDs say that they figured out how... Fucking yawning, God. They say they figured out how to install the game by simply rebooting their computer on the licensing agreement with the disc still inside. Then they are prompted to press I agree on startup. And they continue with the installation. Whoa! Sorry, I'm stretching. Hold up. That's a good stretch. Oh, that feels good. Alright. If a player supposedly manages to find to what they believe to be a working copy, they have said that the installer window will freeze and stop responding before you can click your first next. But they do also say that their PCs do not lock up, and it is only the installer that freezes. It is unknown if these are actual copies or fakes, but is widely thought that these working copies are just to draw internet attention with no proof of the installation effects. Upon proper installation, the game then starts up without... Fucking good! Ugh, why am I yawning so much? Holy shit! You did this to me, woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop fucking
What is smelling?
bewitching me. Upon proper installation, the game then starts up without any introduction besides the main menu that is simply the sprite of a movie theater's exterior on an empty city street. The title fades in, and then the 3 menu buttons, New Game, Load, and Options. Selecting Options immediately crashes the game desktop. Load is said not to function at all, even if you do have a saved game. Nothing happens when you press it, thus New Game is the only working menu option. Once it is selected, you are in the first-person view. You are standing in an empty movie theater lobby, the exception of the ticket taker standing in front of the dark hallway, which one can only assume leads to the theaters themselves. There's nothing to do but look at the poorly drawn, mostly illegible movie posters or approach the ticket taker. Once the player moves towards the ticket taker, a very low quality sound clip plays saying, "Thank you, please enjoy the movie," along with a speech box that says the same thing. You then walk into the hallway and the screen fades to black, and you're back in the empty lobby and you do the exact same thing again and again. Wait a sec, hold up, I have voice mod. Hold up. Give me a fucking sec. Give me a sec. There's gotta be like a bit crushed thing in
in voicemail. Right?
There's this
8-bit. Hold up. I don't even know how this sounds. Let me see. How does this sound? Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Please enjoy the movie. Okay, there we go. That's done. That was a good bit. Do you like that? I hope you like that. Good bit. I am dedicated to the bits, all right? Don't ever confuse me with somebody who's not dedicated to the bit, because I will fucking fight you on that. All right. While this may sound like a really horrible game. Oh, wait. I feel like I missed something. You then walk into the hallway, fades to black, in the empty lobby, and you do the... Okay, yeah. This may sound like a really horrible game. A number of peculiar things occur as you continue to play it. The number of times that you have to continue into the hall after giving your ticket to the ticket taker before the strange events happens is unknown. Most state that it's completely random and you could take anywhere from the first playthrough to the 100th. What happens, though, is deeply disturbed some players. This is like some PT shit. Was this written before PT?
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, fun fact, somebody made a game with it.
No shit.
Yeah, I don't know where you could play it. Not sure.
We have to stream that.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, I remember it being pretty good.
I'm down. I haven't even finished this creepypasta, but I'm down. Oh, that'd be a cool stream to just like play a bunch of creepypasta games, because there's a bunch of them. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. We'll do that. We'll play some, like, maybe there might even be some good ones. I've always thought, honestly, I've been really reading up again on, it's not like a new topic or anything, it's not even new to me, but there's that supposed like lost media anime, Saki Sanobashi, or Go for a Punch. It's like about these girls locked in a bathroom and then they like kill each other and themselves or something. That's to me, honestly, very clearly just fake. It sounds exactly like what happened with the did you hear about the whole fiasco of the evil farming game? Do you remember that? That was a huge lost media like search where people were like, "Oh, I swear there was this farming simulator type game where the game starts where you like kill your wife and you have to like bury her, and it's like half farming simulator, half hide your wife's dead body game." And people were like, "Oh, I swear this exists. We gotta find out where this game is." And it was called, the people were just calling it like the evil farming game or whatever. And then they found out what it was. It was a bit from a Joel stream. That's not a joke. It was a bit from a Joel stream, and the guy who made the original post was like, he would put on Joel streams while he would sleep. And so he had like a dream about the game that Joel was jokingly describing, and he confused the dream with reality. It almost sounds like something like that, the like Saki Sanobashi thing. That it reeks of something like that, where like somebody just like heard something similar, and like, I don't think it exists, but I always thought it would be kind of cool to make like a visual novel style kind of game based on Saki Sanobashi. I don't know if anyone's ever done that, but I always thought that would be kind of cool to just like, there's all these people that claim that they've seen Saki Sanobashi and just like take different elements from all these different stories people have of it, and then turn it into a visual novel. I thought that would be kind of a cool idea. But anyway, that's cool. We'll probably end up playing this movie theater game. While this may sound like a really horrible game, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Most state it's completely random. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. The first occurrence is when the player fades back in after walking into the hallway. This time, they will notice the ticket taker is completely absent. The player then, without any other options, decides to walk into the dark hallway. The sound clip and text box mentioned previously still play in the absence of the ticket taker. When the player walks into the hallways, the screen does not fade out. It goes pitch black as they walk deeper into the hall. The player's footstep sound clip is still playing as they continue to push the up button on the keyboard. Those claiming to have played the original game report to have felt extremely uncomfortable walking down the hallway, anticipating the whole way something horrible happening. Well, eventually the player is unable to move forward. There is nothing for a few moments before a strange sprite that is described as the ticket taker with a swirl for a face appears and stands before the player. Oh, not swirl face! Everybody get out! I'm scared of swirl face!
Swirly.
Get away from Swirly! Swirly, Swirly!
Swirly.
That's what they called him growing up. What if these horror monsters all went to high school together, and Pyramid Head used to put him in the toilet and give him swirlies and be like, Swirly, Swirly, that's your name now. Fucked up. The original players of the games say that their bodies immediately froze up and their stomachs churned. Their stomachs churned, they saw this sprite, which has been apparently named the Swirly Head Man. I was close. Nothing happens as the Swirly Head Man stands before them. Then suddenly a piercing screech plays as the game glitches out. This lasts for a few minutes, with the screeching being continuous. Then the player is abruptly returned to the lobby with all the sound and graphics being as they should be. The game continues normally for the next couple of cycles of entering the hallway, with a couple of the original players claiming the Swirly Head Man would briefly appear and disappear in the corner of the screen as a brisk yelp sound effects plays. Yeep! Yelp! Yelp! Yeep! Tree frog! That's the sound. Then, at some point after meeting the Swirly Head Man, the player sees the ticket taker pacing back and forth, though there is no walking animation. The sprite's limbs are completely static, so he just hops up and down slightly as a substitute, with his eyes being wide and his mouth open to simulate worried facial expression. Some players noted that the movie posters had been replaced with images of the Swirly Head Man, which caused them immediately to turn their characters' heads away from the posters and approach the ticket taker. Then another, different, low-quality sound clip plays. But the speech box contains nothing but corrupted characters that cause whatever text that would have been in the box to be completely illegible. Due to the extremely low quality of the sound, it is debated by the players what exactly the ticket taker says at this point, though it is widely agreed that he says, hold up, let me pull it out, hold up, Is this working? Yeah, it is. Never reach the other levels. Dedication to the bit. Then the screen fades out once again and returns the player back to the starting point of the lobby, but the ticket taker is gone and the hallway is blocked by a large brick wall sprite. Touching the brick wall will immediately crash the game, and that's all there is to it. No one knows what the other levels are, how to gain access to them, nor is it known why the swirly-head man causes such acute fear in those that have seen him in the game. All the original copies of the theater have either been lost or destroyed, but the creepiest part is the fact that all the original players of the game claim to occasionally see a brief glimpse of the swirly-head man. Ah! All right, there is a sequel to the theater.
Oh, there is?
But we'll not read that this time. We'll save that for next time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because my throat's getting tired. It's 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you all for coming. Anybody who did. I don't even know if anybody did at all. But that's fine. Whatever. It's good practice. I think this was a good stream, even if nobody was around to see it. If a good stream happens and no one's around to see it, does it make a sound? I say yes, because it's good fucking practice. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Anyway, I don't know how to end this. I never do.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Go home. Get out of here. Go.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Okay, bye!
Bye.